Hello, everyone. This is Barney Strum, and welcome to my YouTube channel. For today's game from Fenway Park in Boston on August 23rd, 1967, it'll be the Washington Senators facing the Boston Red Sox. On the screen in front of you have the 1967 standings, but before we go over that, I want to tell you why I picked this particular game. I picked this game because I've been replaying 4 different seasons: 1912, 1950, 1967, 1975. I've been streaming all year the 1950 season, and I've been streaming since Beatles convinced me to try Deadball, the 1912 season, for a couple of months. Both of them have been very exciting and enjoyable. However, the 1912 Boston Red Sox that won the American League pennant by 10 games or so are 13 and a half games back in the standings, and a very frustrating year I'm having managing the Boston Red Sox. And in the 1950 season, of course, if you follow that, everyone knows that the reason I'm playing 1950 is because I'm playing with Ted Williams in the second half. He was missed most of the second half of the real season. Playing with Ted Williams has made me worse, not better. The Red Sox, who only lost the pennant by 3 games, finished third, 3.5 games back behind the Yankees. They are currently 10 games back in the standings. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to continue to broadcast those 2 seasons. I will, but I decided to do 1967 because the Red Sox, as you can see on the screen, are in first place, 4 games up over Detroit, 6 games up over Minnesota, and 7 games up over the White Sox. Those are the first 4 teams that finished in real life at the top of the American League, and they're fighting it out here in my 1967 replay. By the way, in my 1975 replay, the Red Sox ran away with the 1975 season. They're a half a game behind the New York Yankees. So right now, the best performing team I have is the 1967 Red Sox. And after I have a sip of water, we'll go over to the lineup screen. Okay, here we go. Here's today's schedule. By the way, Detroit's in second place, tied with Minnesota. They're playing a doubleheader today. Here, the Washington Senators are at Boston. Let's go to the lineup screen. Let's see who we're playing as played lineups, with the exception of the Red Sox, who I have to go in and insert Tony Conigliaro every time. And let's see what I'm going to do with them. Okay, Jose Tartable's not going to play. I'm going to put Jerry Adair batting first. I'm going to have those guys switch. And let's start again. We'll put Jerry Adair batting first. He'll be at third base. Then we will have Reggie Smith in right field. Tony Conigliaro will be batting fifth. Excuse me, he's in right field. Reggie Smith's in center. Whoop, I got hitting the wrong button there. And now I need my catcher, which will be Elston Howard, which is the answer to the 1967 trivia question: who broke up Billy Rohr's no-hitter in his first Major League start in Yankee Stadium in April? There's the lineup. Let's go down to the field.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we invite you to rise and please sing as John Kiley plays our national anthem.
Replay Radio is live from Boston. Top of the first.
As we get onto the field, let's go over the Washington batting order. Washington's in 8th place, 53 wins, 71 losses. Batting first at second base is Bob Savarine. Ed Stroud batting second in center field. Ken McMullen at third, batting third. Mike Epstein at first base, batting fourth. Cap Peterson in left field, batting fifth. Fred Valentine, right field, batting sixth. Paul Casanova catching, batting seventh. Tim Cullen at shortstop, batting eighth. And Bob Pretty pitching and batting ninth. In the field for the Red Sox, we have Adair at third, Petrocelli at short, Andrews at second, Scott at first, and that's a good fielding infield. The outfield, this is a great fielding team, the 1967 Red Sox. Yastrzemski, Smith, Canigliaro in the outfield. Elston Howard catching, Jose Santiago, who's 4-5 on the year with an ERA of 3.78. He looks in and gets his sign from Elston Howard's. Savarine stepping in, no home runs, 15 runs batted in, batting 204. Here's the first pitch of the game.
Ball 4.
And Santiago loses him, and the lead runner is on for the Senators.
No outs, men on first.
Ed Stroud stepping in, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs, batting 201. Santiago checks the runner at first and throws. There's a ball hit to first, going to be over to second for one, back to first, a double play, and the Red Sox wipe out the opening walk.
2 outs, bases empty.
The pitcher's best friend, as they say. Let's see who we have here. Beatles, thank you for stopping in. SDG Replays, thank you for stopping by. Ken McMullen steps in, batting from the right side, 18 home runs, 50 runs batted in, a 231 average. Santiago throws. Ball hit to short, scooped up by Petrocelli over to first, and the inning
No
is
runs,
over.
no hits, and none left on.
At the end of 1/2 an inning, it's Washington nothing. The Red Sox coming to bat.
Bottom of the first.
For the Red Sox, the lineup has Jerry Adair at third, batting leadoff. Reggie Smith in center field, batting second. Kari Yastrzemski, who has 58 home runs in this 1967 replay, batting third. Any day at 58 home runs, he can't be more than a few days away from breaking Roger Maris's 61 home run record from 1961. George Scott batting fourth at first base. Tony Canigliaro playing right field and batting fifth. It's already paid off having Tony C in the lineup for the second half. On August 20th, he was beamed in real life. And on August 22nd in the replay, in the bottom of the 13th inning in yesterday's doubleheader, Tony Canigliaro led off the 13th inning with a walk-off home run, and the Red Sox swept the Senators yesterday. Elston Howard catching, batting sixth. Rico Petrocelli at short, batting seventh. Mike Andrews at second base, batting eighth. Jose Santiago batting ninth and doing the pitching. Jerry Adair steps in. Adair, 2 home runs, 19 runs batted in, 253 average. Here's the pitch.
Track 3, you're out.
1 down.
1 out, bases empty.
Reggie Smith stepping in. He 12 home runs, 55 runs batted in, 267 hitter. Reggie Smith is a rookie this year. He will go on to have an incredible career in baseball with the Red Sox, the Cardinals, and the LA Dodgers. Here's Pretty's pitch to Smith. And we're going to roll a die because it's either a home run or a single. And there it goes, deep to right field. Back, and it is in the bullpen. The Red Sox lead 1-0. Bottom of the first inning, the Red Sox score first.
1 out, bases empty.
Reggie Smith hit his 13th home run of the year. Carl Yastrzemski steps in. He is looking right up at Roger Maris's 61 home runs, 58 home runs on the year, 134 runs batted in, a 311 average. He is outperforming himself in home runs and RBIs. Where did they come from? I'm not sure, but he's got about 20 less doubles than in real life. So I'm sure he's got the home runs here instead of the doubles. He's batting 311. Pretty looks at him and throws. He hits a bounding ball to short. Cullen up with it, throws to first.
2 outs, bases empty.
George Scott stepping in. Scott having a good year, 16 home runs, 57 runs batted in, 307 average. Pretty gets the sign from Casanova and throws. There's a ground ball to second. Over to first, and that's the end of the inning.
1 run, 1 hit, and none left on.
At the end of 1, Red Sox lead 1-0.
Top of the second.
Top of the second inning. The Senators have the 4th, 5th, and 6th batters up, Epstein, Peterson, and Valentine. Epstein, 11 home runs. 25 runs batted in, a 193 average. Santiago throws. And for the second inning in a row, he walks the leadoff hitter.
No outs, man on first.
Cap Peterson stepping in, 4 home runs, 38 runs batted in, batting .226. Santiago checks the runner. Epstein is not a threat to steal. Throws home. And Santiago cannot find home plate. 2 on, nobody out.
No outs, men on first and second.
Santiago stepping off the mound, talking into his glove. I'm not sure what that's going to do, but hopefully it will help him find home plate. Fred Valentine steps up. 8 home runs, 32 RBIs, 205 average. Santiago throws. And there's a comebacker right to the mound. He throws to second for 1, and we're going to try for the double play. Let's see what happens. It's a double play. And for the second inning in a row, a double play.
That's their second double play turn today.
Appears to bail out Jose Santiago as Epstein goes to third.
2 outs, man on third.
If he can get Santiago can get Casanova out, he will, in fact, get out of the second inning in a row when he was in big trouble. Thomas Bartlett, hello. Glad to see you stopping by. Casanova, 5 home runs, 33 runs batted in, 254 average. Santiago glances at Epstein at third. He winds and fires. There's a line drive, base hit to center field. Epstein's going to score to tie up the game. Reggie Smith moving to his right. He picks it up. Casanova's rounding first. Let's see. This could be. No, Casanova scampers back to first base as Reggie Smith fires it into second. Base hit.
2 outs, man on first.
Reggie Smith's defensive ability was showing there as he held Casanova to single. He could have had a double with almost any other center fielder as Tim Cullen steps in. A home run, 19 runs batted in, 255 average. Casanova takes a couple of steps off of first. Santiago's pitch. Bounding ball to second. Up with it over to first.
1 run, 1 hit, and 1 left on.
And at the end of 1.5, we're all tied at 1.
Bottom of the second.
Well, here we are at the bottom of the second inning. The Red Sox will have the 5th, 6th, and 7th batters up. Canigliaro, Howard, and Rico Petrocelli. Tony C., 27 home runs, 77 RBIs, a 248 average. Pretty's got the sign and throws. And there's a long ball deep to left center field. It's high off the left field wall. Stroud picks it up. He fumbles around with a little bit. Canigliaro's rounding second. He's going to third. Stroud throws it in, and Canigliaro's on third with a stand-up triple.
No outs, man on third.
Red Sox have a threat to going here in the bottom of the second inning, and runner on third, nobody out. Elston Howard, 2 home runs, 15 runs batted in, batting 149. The Yankees traded him to the Red Sox about a month ago. It's pretty clear that Howard's at the end of his career. However, the Red Sox have 2 inexperienced catchers, and if they were going to make it to the World Series, they needed a guy behind the plate that could call a game. Steve Tate, hello. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, Pretty looks in, has the sign, glances at Canigliaro, throws to Howard. Strike 3. 1 down. Canigliaro holds at third.
1 out, man on third.
Rico Petrocelli stepping in, 14 home runs, 57 RBIs. Batting .288. Pretty has the sign. Canigliaro takes a few steps off at third. Here's the pitch. Line drive to short. Cullen's got it. And there's 2 away. And that's the infamous 36 roll. It's batter and pitcher from the same side. It's a line drive out to either second or short. If the batter is opposite-handed than the pitcher, it is a base hit.
2 outs, man on third.
Canigliaro's on third base. He's been there since there were no outs, but now there's 2 outs. Mike Andrews, it's up to him to knock in the run. Andrews batting .241 with 7 home runs, 29 RBIs. Pretty's has the sign, checks Canigliaro at third and throws. He hits a pop-up. McMullen's got it for the out.
No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on.
A waste of Tony Canigliaro's leadoff triple at the end of 2. It's all tied up at 1.
Top of the third.
Top of the third inning, we have the bottom of the order. The pitcher Pretty due up, followed by the top of the order, Severine and Stroud. Santiago has the sign. He throws to a pitcher. Short fly ball to center field. Smith has it.
1 out, base is empty.
David Zielinski, nice to see you. Hope everyone's having a good day. Bob Severine stepping in. He walked his first time up. He's batting .204. Here's Santiago's pitch. Two up, 2 down here in the top of the third.
2 outs, base is empty.
Ed Stroud, who grounded into a 3-6-3 double play his first time up, steps in, nobody on. Santiago winds and fires. Ground ball to short. Petrocelli to first. 3 up, 3
and
down.
just like that, the inning's over.
At the end of 2.5, it's all tied at 1.
Bottom of the third.
Here in the bottom of the third, and just as the Senators did, Santiago, the bottom of the order, lead off, followed by the top of the order, Jerry Adair and Reggie Smith. Santiago, 067 hitter, 1 hit this year and 15 times up. Here's Pretty's pitch. Ground ball to second. Severine to Epstein, 1 away.
1 out, base is empty.
Jerry Adair struck out his first time up. He's a .252 hitter. Pretty has the sign, throws. Fly ball, right field. Valentine doesn't have to move too far. He puts it away.
2 outs, base is empty.
2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the third. Reggie Smith stepping in. He hit a home run into the visitors' bullpen in his first time at bat to give the Red Sox a 1-0 lead. The Senators have since tied it up. Pretty has the sign now and throws to Reggie. And there's another deep fly ball, deep to right field. Valentine's
It's
backing
a 1,
up.
2, 3 inning.
And he's going to catch it right in front of the bullpen as Smith's bid for a second home run falls a few feet short at the end of 3 innings. We're all tied at 1.
Top of the fourth.
Time for another sip of water here. Here we go. McMullen, Epstein, and Peterson due up this inning for Gil Hodges' 8th place Washington Senators. McMullen grounded to short his first time up. Here's Santiago's pitch. And we're going to have a single or a home run here. Odds are it's going to be a home run. Let's see what happens. Yeah, you're going to have to roll it one more time. And there it is. Long fly ball deep to left field. And it's into the screen, and the Senators take a 2-1 lead here in the top of the fourth inning.
No outs, bases empty.
Red Sox find themselves behind for the first time today. That ball was really rocketed by McMullen. Epstein stepping in. He walked his first time up. He's a 193 hitter. Santiago has to gain his composure because Epstein is a threat to hit a home run. Here's Santiago's pitch. Goes down on strikes.
1 out, bases empty.
Cap Peterson, he walked his first time up. He's batting .226. Santiago has the sign, throws. And he hits a line drive to short. Petrocelli doesn't have to move, puts it away.
2 outs, bases empty.
Fred Valentine, who grounded into a double play his first time up, the pitcher to the shortstop to the first baseman. Bats from the left-hand side, nobody on, 2 away. Senators have taken a 2-1 lead here in the top of the fourth inning. And here's Santiago's pitch. And there's a line drive into the right field corner. That ball's going to bounce around. Canigliaro's going to pick it up. Off the wall, Valentine's going to pull in the second with a double as Canigliaro throws the ball back in to Andrews.
2 outs, man on second.
Valentine on second. He is a fast runner. If Casanova gets a hit, he will score. Casanova, his last time up, singled to center and knocked in the first Washington run. Santiago looks at Valentine, looks at Howard for the sign, and throws. That's the end of the inning.
1 run, 2 hits, and 1 left on.
At the end of 3.5, the Senators 2, the Red Sox 1.
Bottom of the fourth.
Bottom of the fourth, Yastrzemski, Scott, and Canigliaro due up. Pretty finds himself with a lead. Pretty has 1 win and 7 losses on the year. He'd sure like to pick up his second win. Yastrzemski looking up once again at Roger Maris's 61 home runs. He has 58 home runs. He grounded to short his first time up. Pretty winds and fires. And we're going to have a roll. Is this going to be number 59? No, it's going to be, well, we're going to roll one more time. If it's a 6, it's number 59. It's a base hit to right field. Yastrzemski is on.
No outs, man on first.
Red Sox have the leadoff runner on first. He is going to attempt to steal. Anything over a 46 is a stolen base. Under a 46, he did not get a lead good enough to attempt. Yastrzemski holds.
No outs, man on first.
George Scott stepping in, grounded to second his first time up, batting .306. He has it first. Pretty has the sign. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to second. Going to be a force out at second. Possible double play. Depends on the pivot. It's going to be a double play if it's a 1, 2, or 3. It's a 6. Scott is safe at first. Once again, that's part of the game I love. If you got a good fielder who has a good pivot, he's going to make that play.
1 out, man on first.
1 down. Scott now on first base instead of Yastrzemski as Canigliaro steps in. He tripled his first time up, but was left stranded at third base as Pretty retired the next 3 batters. Canigliaro is batting .250. Pretty checks Scott at first and throws. It's going to be a ground ball to short. Going to be a force at second. And that's it. Canigliaro trades places with George Scott.
2 outs, man on first.
So far this inning, everybody has traded places with everybody else at first base. Elston Howard up. Not much of a hitter here at the end of his career, but he is a great catcher. Canigliaro takes his lead. Pretty fires. Hits a deep fly ball to right field. Valentine puts it
No
away.
runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on.
At the end of 4, Washington still leads 2-1.
Top of the 5th.
As we enter the 5th inning, the bottom of the order, Cullen and Pretty up, followed by the top of the order in Severine. Santiago, a 4.5 record this year, 3.82 ERA. Cullen is first time up, grounded to second. He's batting .254. Here's Santiago's pitch. Ground ball to short, over to first, 1 down.
1 out, bases empty.
The pitcher steps in. Pretty has not had a hit this year. Santiago fires. 2 up, 2 down.
2 outs, bases empty.
In the leadoff hitter, Severine's walked. He's struck out. He's batting .203. Here's Santiago's pitch. 3 up, 3 down.
It's a 1-2-3 inning.
Midway through the game, the Red Sox are trailing the Washington Senators 2-1.
Bottom of the 5th.
I can't wait till Shanks 3.0 starts. I drafted my team there, Beatles, but I'm going to let the computer manage it and make the lineup up and do the rotation and my relief pitchers. The more I fool around with trying to figure things out, the worse the team plays. Okay, here we go, bottom of the 5th. Red Sox have the bottom third of their order, Petrocelli, Andrews, and Santiago. Petrocelli lined to short his first time up. Pretty throws. And there's a long ball deep to left field. Going, it's gone for a home run. Rico Petrocelli. It's his 15th home run of the year to tie the game up at 2.
No outs, bases empty.
Petrocelli, I believe, still holds the Red Sox record for home runs by a shortstop. He has 40. Stepping in, Mike Andrews. Andrews batting .240. He popped the third his first time up. Andrews is a rookie this year. Pretty has the sign. Here's the pitch. Base hit to center field. Red Sox are in business after tying the game up on Petrocelli's home run. The next batter is on first with a single.
No outs, man on first. The defense is playing in at the corners.
Andrews is going to attempt the steal, which is automatic here in the way I've set it up. It can be set up that the manager calls a steal also, but this game, based on APA baseball, has an automatic steal option, and here it is. It's a stolen base with a 47 or above. Under 47, he's going to be out. He's out. 1 away.
1 out, bases empty.
Not even close as Casanova guns down Andrews. He was out by 3 steps. Jose Santiago, 1 hit on the year. Here's Pretty's pitch. Well, and interesting, the inning started well, a home run and a single. However, a caught stealing and a strikeout of Santiago gives us 2 outs, nobody on.
2 outs, bases empty.
Top of the order, Jerry Adair. Adair has struck out, flied to right. He's batting .251. Here's Pretty's pitch. Ground ball to short, over to first, and that's
1
it.
run, 2 hits, and none left on.
At the end of 5, it's all tied at 2.
Top of the 6th.
Here in the 6th inning, the 2, 3, and 4 batters are due up, Stroud, McMullen, and Epstein. Santiago looks in at Howard, gets the sign, and throws to Howard, who's batting .199. And there's a fly ball to center field. Reggie Smith moves over to his left, puts it away for the out.
1 out, bases empty.
Ken McMullen steps in from the right side. He grounded to short and hit a long home run into the left field screen in the 4th inning. Here's Santiago's pitch. Ground ball to third. Adair over to first. 2 up, 2 down.
2 outs, bases empty.
Mike Epstein steps in. Epstein, a 192 hitter. He came over to the Senators from the New York Yankees. He's got 11 home runs, 25 runs batted in. Here's Santiago's pitch. Ball hit to second. Andrews over to Scott, and the inning is over.
They go down quietly, nothing doing this half inning.
At the end of 5.5, scores all tied at 2.
Bottom of the 6th.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Smith, Yastrzemski, and Scott up. Smith has homered into the bullpen and flied deep to right field. The ball was caught right in front of the bullpen wall. It was close to having 2 home runs as Pretty looks in. Casanova gives him the sign. Smith's hitting .268. Here's the pitch. And there it is. Fly ball deep to left field. Reggie Smith has done it again.
That's his 2nd homer today.
2 home runs for Reggie Smith. He's having one hell of a day, his 14th home run of the year, and the Red Sox take a 3-2 lead.
No outs, bases empty.
Carl Yastrzemski stepping in following Reggie Smith homer. Yastrzemski's grounded to short. He's singled. He's batting .312 with that prestigious 58 home runs in this replay season. Here's Pretty's pitch. Ground ball to second. Severine to first. 1 away.
1 out, bases empty.
1 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Red Sox now lead 3-2 as George Scott stepping in. Scott has 16 home runs on the year, 57 runs batted in. He's grounded to second twice today. First time it was second to first. Second time it was a forced play at short. And here's Pretty's pitch to George. We have a rare play for the first time today. Here we go. Let's see what happens with these 3 or 4 rolls. Dribbler in front of the mound. Scott's a pretty good runner. Let's see if he can beat him. He's out with a 4, 5, or 6. He's out. 2 away. As you see here, this is batter face boost check. The check is a 4. It's higher than the pitcher's complete game rating of a 3. Therefore, he can face 10 more batters.
2 outs, bases empty.
Once again, you know, this PC replay may be a computer game, but it's just like playing the cards and dice game. Only you can see it better on the screen. Stepping in, Tony C. Triple, grounded to short. Batting .249. 2 away, bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Fly ball deep to center field. Stroud moving back and puts it away.
1 run, 1 hit, and none left on.
At the end of 6, Red Sox lead 3-2.
Top of the 7th.
Santiago's got an inning or 2 left in him. He's going to face the 5th, 6th, and 7th batters. Peterson, Valentine, and Casanova. Peterson walked, lined out to short. He's hitting .225. Here's Santiago's pitch. Fly ball deep to right field. Tony Canigliaro backs up on the warning track, but he's got it for the out.
1 out, bases empty.
Fred Valentine grounded into a double play and doubled his last time up. Fred's batting .206. Santiago has the sign. Here's the pitch.
Ball 4. Take the race.
Fred Valentine trots to first as Santiago loses him.
1 out, man on first.
That was Santiago's 4th walk of the game. He was a little wild early on, but has settled down. He's got a 3-2 lead. 1 out, runner on first. Paul Casanova, a .255 hitter, single, knocked in a run and struck out. Santiago checks Valentine at first. Here's the pitch.
It's a hit and run.
Defense called for a pitch out. We're going to have to do some reading here. As the catcher's defense's rating is not higher than the lead runner's speed, we have to roll the dice. He's going to be caught stealing if it's a 1 through 4. And there you go.
2 outs, bases empty.
Casanova missed the hit and run. It was a pitch out. The Red Sox called it, knowing what was going to happen. 2 down. Now nobody on. Casanova looks out at Santiago. Santiago throws. And the inning's over.
No runs, no hits, and none left on. Bottom of the 7th.
That song always makes me smile. Anyway, here we go. Bottom of the 7th inning. Red Sox have a 3-2 lead as Dick Williams first place. Red Sox have the 6th, 7th, and 8th hitters. I'll take a minute. I've told this story once before, I think. Dick Williams, the manager of the Red Sox in 1967. I was a 16-year-old kid, and boy, did I love the 1967 Red Sox. Fast forward about 50 years, 45 years, and I'm an insurance agent. I had an insurance agency in Los Angeles and here in Las Vegas. That's how I made my living. One of my agents here in LA and Las Vegas, next door neighbor was Dick Williams. He looked at me one day as he saw all the Red Sox memorabilia on my wall and said, Dick Williams is my next door neighbor. How'd you like to go to lunch with him? I smiled, of course, and he fixed up a lunch. I spent 2.5, 3 hours with Dick Williams, having lunch, talking the 67 Red Sox. Had the time of my life. Unbelievable. It was a lot of fun. He was a nice guy and couldn't believe I did that. Anyway, the end of my reminiscing as we hit the bottom of the 7th inning. Howard, Petrocelli, and Andrews due up. Howard struck out, flied to right. Pretty still on the mound for Washington. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third. McMullen over to first. 1 down.
1 out, bases empty.
Rico Petrocelli stepping in. He's had a good day. Line to short. Homered into the screen for I think it was the 3rd one of the day. Anyway, he steps in against Pretty. He's batting .289. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third again. McMullen up with it. Over to first. McMullen's a busy guy.
2 outs, bases empty.
Mike Andrews, the rookie second baseman for the Red Sox. He is batting .242. He singled his last time out, but it was thrown out stealing. Andrews looks out at Pretty. Pretty looks in at Casanova. Here's the pitch. Andrews goes to first base. I hope he doesn't want to steal.
2 outs, men on first.
2 away. We're going to hit away with Santiago, who's grounded to second. He struck out. Will he get his 2nd hit of the year? Here's Pretty's pitch. He may. Looping drive to right field. We're going to have a card pop up here in a second. With all singles, that's his 2nd hit of the year. Base hit to right field. Andrews rounds second. goes into third. Red Sox have runners on first and third here in the bottom of the seventh with 2 outs.
2 outs, men on first and third.
Jerry Adair stepping in. Adair has struck out, fly to right, grounded to short. I haven't paid that much attention, but when Jerry Adair came over to the Red Sox in '67, he was a real spark plug. It seemed that every time he stepped to the plate, he knocked in a run that was important. I remember him knocking in the winning run in a 9-8 win over the Angels one day. I can't remember when during the season. The Red Sox were behind 8-0 in that game, and they came back and won it 9-8 when Jerry Adair knocked in the winning run. Let's see if he can knock in a run here against Pretty. Adair batting .250. Here's the pitch. And he may, because we're going to have another roll because it's another one of those looping line drives. Every time this has popped up here in Fenway Park, it's been a base hit, and it's a base hit again. Single to left field. Andrews scores. Santiago goes to third. And the Red Sox now lead 4-2.
2 outs, men on first and third.
Just like in real life, Adair comes through. Reggie Smith stepping in, and he's not the guy Pretty wants to face. He's already hit 2 home runs off him. He's got 14 home runs this year. He's a .270 hitter. Let's see if the AI manager keeps him in. I'm not even sure the AI manager pays attention to how many home runs Reggie Smith has hit off each pitcher. Anyway, Pretty's got the sign. Here's the pitch. And it's a pop-up. Second baseman's got it for the out.
1 run, 2 hits, and 2 left on.
At the end of 7, Red Sox have increased their lead to 4-2. We go to the top of the 8th.
Top of the 8th.
Senators have two innings left, 6 outs to try to tie and go ahead. Cullen, Pretty, and Severine up. Cullen grounded to second, grounded to short, batting .253. Santiago has the sign, has the pitch, and throws his 5th walk of the day.
No outs, men on first.
He has struck out 6. He's walked 5. The game says we have a base action pitch, so let's see. It could be a wild pitch, pickoff and an error. Could be a pickoff, or could be a balk. Let's roll and find out what it is. Possible wild pitch. We have to roll against this 3 number. Santiago has wild pitches on his real record. Anything over a 3 is a wild pitch. It's a 6. There's going to be a runner on second. Cullen goes to second on the wild pitch.
No outs, man on second.
Pretty is up. He represents the tying run. Will the AI let him hit? Let's see. They're going to let him
lay
hit.
Down a bunt.
It's a sacrifice. I wasn't paying attention. I should have been playing the first and third baseman in. Let's see how the batter face boost check goes. The check is 2, is not higher than the complete game ranking is 2, and he will not get extra batters to pitch.
Man
to.
on third.
Runner on third, 1 away. I am going to, with a weak hitter, I'm going to play the corners in, try to prevent that runner from scoring on a ground ball to first or third. Here's Santiago's pitch. It's an infield single, possible error for Andrews. The 3rd run of the game scores for Washington. We need to roll for Andrews' error. Anything over a 46 is an error. It's a 34. Andrews makes the play, even though Severine goes to first on the infield hit.
1 out, man on first.
1 away, runner on first, represents the tying run. Ed Stroud stepping in, batting .198. He's grounded into a double play, grounded to short, flied to center. Dick Williams comes out of the dugout, and he's about to change his pitcher. The bullpen looks tired. We have Landis available, Brandon and Wyatt. We have 2 relief pitchers. The left-hander Landis will come in to face Ed Stroud. He looks in at Severine. He looks at Howard. He's got the sign. He only took 3 warm-up pitches. He didn't need any more than that. Here's the pitch to Stroud. Line drive to first. Scott puts it away for the out.
2 outs, men on first.
Tying run still at first. Ken McMullen, a dangerous hitter up. He's already homered once today. 232 hitter. Landis checks the runner and throws home. That's a home run. I can't believe it. The only thing that saves me is a 6. There it goes. Deep to left field. McMullen has his 2nd home run of the game. And
That's his
Washington.
20th home run this season and his 2nd of the game.
And
He
Washington
now has
takes
3
the lead.
RBIs today.
Washington leads 5-4.
2 outs, bases empty.
I was cheating. I was trying to get Landis to get around McMullen so he'd be pitching to Epstein. Well, I lost the bet. Red Sox are behind 5-4, but he's still going to pitch to Epstein. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third. Over to first. That's the inning.
3 runs, 2 hits, and none left on.
At the end of 7.5, the Senators now lead 5-4.
Bottom of the 8th.
Here we go. Sip of water. Now the Red Sox only have 6 outs to tie the game. Yastrzemski, Scott Canigliaro due up. Yastrzemski grounded to short. Single grounded to second. Pretty has handled him pretty well. Here's the pitch to Yaz. And he walks back to the dugout.
1 out, bases empty.
George Scott, who's grounded to second twice, grounded back to the mound, hasn't done much today, batting .305. Pretty has the sign, throws. And I guess with McMullen's 2nd home run, Pretty's got a 2nd wind, 2 down.
2 outs, bases empty.
Tony Canigliaro steps up. He tripled, was stranded at third as Pretty got the next 3 batters he faced. Grounded to short, flied to center. He's a .249 hitter. Pretty looks in, has the sign. Here's the pitch to Tony C. Line drive to second. Severine puts it away for the out.
Easy inning to score. 1, 2, 3.
3 up, 3 down as we go to the 9th. The Senators have a 5-4 lead.
Top of the 9th.
Steve, I tried everything to get Kentucky to lose in my season replays as I fooled around. Kentucky looks like the best team I've ever seen put together. I'll be stunned if Kentucky doesn't win the whole thing. Here we go, top of the 9th. Gil Hodges' Washington team will send up Peterson, Valentine, Casanova. Peterson's walk, line to short, fly to right. Landis is being replaced by Johnny Wyatt, 9-2 on the year, 12 saves, 175 ERA. Here's the pitch to Peterson.
Ball 4. Take the race.
Leadoff runner is on here in the top of the 9th.
No outs, men on first.
Valentine stepping in. Wyatt checks the runner at first. He throws. Ball hit to first is going to be over to short for 1. Back to
They
first.
turn their 3rd double play of the game.
And that was a 3-6-3 double play. It's a rare double play, but we've had 2 of those today.
2 outs, bases empty.
Paul Casanova singled, knocked in a run, struck out twice, batting .255. Wyatt throws. We're going to have another roll. You know, Fenway Park must be had a great hitters park in 1967, because on these ballpark cards, I never see outs here in Fenway Park. Base hit. Casanova rounds first, holds up.
2 outs, men on first.
Tim Cullen up, batting .253, grounded to second, grounded to short. He walked his last time up. He's got a runner on first. Wyatt checks the runner, gets the sign, and throws.
Ball 4. Take the base.
The Red Sox now are in only 1 run behind, but Washington is threatening to get an insurance run here.
2 outs, men on first and second.
I do not think Pretty's going to hit. And even if he had to hit, I have the base action roll again. Here we go.
The manager calls for a pinch hitter.
Another wild pitch attempt. Let's see what happens. Wyatt must have thrown a lot of wild pitches. There's going to be runners on second and third here in a minute. There we go.
2 outs, men on second and third.
2 outs, runners on second and third. Dick Nen up. The pinch hitter has 2 home runs, 12 runs batted in. He's a .212 hitter. Wyatt, the Red Sox best reliever, is having trouble. Checks the runners, has the sign, and throws. Pops it up to second base. He puts it away for the out.
No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left on.
Hey, Ken, nice to see you. Thank you for checking in. Thanks for that information, Steve. But I could tell based on these cards that are popping up.
Bottom of the 9th. They're bringing in a new pitcher.
Dave Baldwin. We have a defensive substitution. Where is he? Oh, I'm clicking the wrong button here. Bernie Allen comes in at second base. Dave Baldwin comes in to pitch. He's got a record of 2-1 with 9 saves, 48 innings pitched, only 30 hits allowed, a whip of .81, just what I want to see with 3 outs to go and 1 run down. Elston Howard stepping in, but he is not going to bat. The number 1 Red Sox pinch hitter in 1967 was Dalton Jones. Jones batting .294, 2 home runs, 10 runs batted in. Baldwin has the sign, throws to Jones.
Track 3, you're out.
1 down.
1 out, base is empty.
As we approach the 55-minute mark, we're right on schedule. Rico Petrocelli steps in. He's lined to short. He's hit his 15th home run into the screen, grounded to third. Baldwin looks at him. Baldwin has the sign. Here's the pitch to Petrocelli. Short fly ball to right field. Valentine moving in, puts it away for the out.
2 outs, base is empty.
Red Sox down to their last out. Mike Andrews batting .242. Popped to third, singled. He walked. Andrews steps out for a moment. Gathers his composure, steps in. Baldwin has the sign. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third. McMullen up with it over to first, and that's the game.
Washington wins a close one. Goodbye, everybody.
The Senators beat the Red Sox 5-4. Senators 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Boston 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Winning pitcher Bob Pretty won his 2nd game of the year. Bill Landis, my brilliant pick to go in and face 2 of the 3 left-handed batters, was the loser. He's now 4-4. Baldwin picks up his 10th save. McMullen gets the MVP. Let's go to the box score. We hit the button. We see 4. Let's do Washington. They deserve to go first. McMullen, 2 hits, 3 runs batted in, 2 hits for Casanova, 6 hits overall. For the Red Sox, Reggie Smith, 2 home runs. Petrocelli had a homer. But other than that, the hits were pretty much spread out. Let's move down to the pitching lines. Pretty, 8 innings pitched, 8 hits, 4 runs. An okay game, not spectacular, but he's the winner. Baldwin gets the save. Santiago pitched 7 1/3, 4 hits. He also allowed 4 runs, although Landis is the one that gave up the home run. Santiago's ERA goes up to 3.89. Let's close that out. Let's see if this will work. Nope. I have to autoplay these games. Atlanta defeats Houston 7-3. California, Cleveland. Cleveland defeats California 6-4. The Pirates shut out the Cubs 8-0. While the Dodgers lose at home to Cincinnati 4-3. The Orioles at home defeat the Kansas City A's 6-1. This is an important game for the Red Sox. Detroit, 4 games behind the Red Sox. Here's the first game at Detroit, and Minnesota beats them now 7-1. Yankees are not in it. First season I can remember in a long time, the Yankees aren't in a pennant chase on a replay that I'm doing. The Mets defeat Philadelphia 8-2. San Francisco's in first place over St. Louis. So St. Louis needs this game, and they get it 4-2. St. Louis 4 runs, 12 hits, 1 error, while the Giants were 2-4-0. Winning pitcher Steve Cartley's 11-8. Red Sox, you just saw this game, 5-4. And here's the second game. Minnesota sweeps Detroit in the doubleheader. They win 6-1. Let's see what that does to the standings. The Red Sox are now leading Minnesota by 4.5, and Detroit. Minnesota catches Detroit in the standings. The Red Sox, believe it or not, losing today, still pick up a half a game in the standings. They lead by 4.5 games. Not bad. Let's just take one quick look at the Red Sox because I find this interesting. Or better yet, let's skip that. Let's look at the leaders. And I'm an American League guy. Let's check them. Rod Carew batting .336, leads Yastrzemski .310. This is the year Yastrzemski did his Triple Crown. Home runs, I still can't believe that Kari Yastrzemski has, where are you, home runs? 58. Allison 28, Killebrew 27. Those numbers are realistic. That is not realistic. I'm having a hard time believing it, but I am having a good time looking at it. Yastrzemski has 134 runs batted in. We go over to the National League. Clemente batting .368 is leading in average. Aaron with 35 home runs is a realistic number. And Wynn with 102 runs batted in is also realistic. AL pitching. Gary Peters has a 1.16 ERA. Earl Wilson, ex-Red Sox pitcher, has 20 wins to lead the league. In the National League, Jaster is a 1.36 ERA. Gaylord Perry, 22 wins here at the end of August. Anyway, there we go. That's the end of this 1976 game at Fenway Park. I'd like to thank everybody for joining me today. And hopefully we'll have another game here in a few more days. It'll either be 1912 or 1950. I'll pick a good one out. Thank you all for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. And once again, have a wonderful Tuesday. Talk to you later.